Have you ever thought that maybe the secret to success lies in simply enjoying the journey? Many people only focus on the final result, but what if the real trick is to love each step of the process? Turning work into something enjoyable might be what's missing to truly awaken your creativity. After all, who said effort can't be fun? It's funny how many people aim for great results but forget that everything starts with a simple step: loving the process. Imagine an artist who doesn't like getting their hands dirty with paint. Impossible, right? Similarly, in any creative journey, the key is to turn the routine into a romance. You know that breakfast you have every day? Why not make it an essential part of your creative ritual? This way, practice stops being an obligation and becomes a pleasure. Also, have you noticed how it's easier to commit when you're having fun? Creating something new should be like playing with ideas, testing different approaches, laughing at mistakes, and of course being enchanted by discoveries. It's like creativity is a game where you make the rules. For example, when writing, allow yourself to change your setting, use different colors on paper, or even listen to music that inspires you. But loving the process also requires a certain degree of detachment. Sometimes, perfection is creativity's greatest enemy. After all, who said everything has to be perfect from the start? Think of great chefs who test various recipes before finding the perfect one. Likewise, allow yourself to fail, adjust, and improve. That's exactly where love for the process grows, in the attempts. And speaking of attempts, remember that project you started enthusiastically but later lost momentum? It might be a good moment to revisit it, but with a new mindset, not expecting a perfect final result, but rather enjoying each step. Think like someone planting a tree. The joy isn't just in the future shade, but also in watering and nurturing it every day. For those who find it hard to keep this romance with the creative process, the tip is simple. Bring elements of pleasure into your routine. If the goal is to create art, why not do it outdoors? If the focus is on writing, how about having a new notebook or a pen you enjoy using? Small gestures can make all the difference, making the experience richer and more meaningful. Another key to loving the process is integrating curiosity. Yes, that urge to try something new, without fear of what others might think. Curiosity is like fuel for creativity. The more you feed it, the more it grows. Test new techniques, explore different styles, and above all, be open to constant learning. The process becomes lighter and more rewarding when you allow yourself to play with the unknown. During today's video, besides the main topics, I'd like to share something that made a difference for me. Recently, I started using CineBoost, which has helped improve my focus, energy, and even reduce anxiety in everyday life. If you want to know more, check the pinned comment, and the best part is, you only pay for the shipping. Commitment and routine are like the pillars of creative success. Have you ever thought about running a marathon without regular training? Impossible, right? The same goes for any long-term project. Consistency is key to achieving lasting results. Creating a routine that is both pleasant and functional is the first step towards more efficient work. Start small. Set fixed times to create and maintain this commitment as a sacred habit. The secret is to develop a routine that you genuinely enjoy following. If the idea of sitting in the same place every day to work seems dull, try new settings. How about a cozy library, a charming cafe, or even a sunny park? Creating the right environment is like setting the stage for the performance. Everything needs to be aligned so that you feel good and can focus better. Moreover, it's crucial to treat your commitment to routine as a kind of personal contract. Think of the routine as a workout. The more you repeat it, the stronger it gets. Even on days when motivation seems to be on vacation, the act of showing up for your creative session is what makes a difference in the long run. Instead of waiting for inspiration to knock on the door, create a habit of showing up every day. And believe me, inspiration will become a frequent visitor. Including strategic breaks in the routine is also a way to maintain high productivity. The mind needs rest to generate new ideas and insights. Imagine an athlete trying to run non-stop. At some point, they'll wear out. The same goes for creative work. Take small breaks every hour, walk, have a coffee, or practice some breathing techniques to recharge your mental energy. Another crucial aspect is flexibility within the routine itself. You don't need to be rigid all the time. Having an adaptable plan is essential to handle life's unexpected events. This doesn't mean you'll abandon your commitment, but rather adjust it to keep your workflow lighter. Sometimes a simple change in timing or task order can work wonders for your productivity. Remember to reward yourself for small achievements along the way. Did you manage to complete a week of consistent work? How about celebrating with something special, like a dinner at your favorite restaurant or a new book? These rewards help maintain motivation and turn the commitment cycle into something more enjoyable and anticipated. Ready for a new challenge? Now comes an even more interesting detail. The creative environment can be an ally or an enemy on this journey. The environment where you create is practically the foundation of your inspiration. Think of your workspace as an extension of your mind. If it's chaotic, your ideas probably will be too. A creative environment needs to be welcoming, stimulating, and above all, personal. If you like plants, add some to your office. If you prefer total silence, invest in noise-canceling headphones. After all, the right environment can be the difference between a brilliant idea and a blank canvas. There's nothing like fresh air to awaken dormant creativity. Working outdoors is one of the best ways to connect with new ideas. It could be in a park, by the beach, or even in your backyard. Sit on the grass, let the wind touch your face, and allow nature to inspire your mind. Studies show that natural environments help reduce stress and increase focus, which is crucial for any creative work. If working outdoors isn't an option, you can bring a bit of nature indoors. Hang inspiring paintings on the walls, choose lighting that mimics daylight, or even light a lavender-scented candle to calm the senses. Small changes to your environment can make a huge difference in your productivity and creativity. It's as if the space around you becomes a partner in your creative process. Creating a creative environment isn't just about decoration. It's also about setting boundaries. Avoid letting your workspace mix with leisure areas like the sofa or bed. Keeping a space dedicated exclusively to work helps train your mind to enter creative mode whenever you're in that space. This aids focus and boosts productivity. Moreover, having objects that symbolize inspiration and achievements can be a great way to stay motivated. Photos of people you admire, motivational quotes, or even a trophy from an old contest can serve as daily reminders that you're capable of creating amazing things. Remember, the environment is yours, so fill it with things that bring good vibes. Sometimes, simplicity is key. You don't need to fill the space with items because less is more. A minimalist space can help clear your mind and facilitate the flow of ideas. Remove items that no longer serve a purpose, and keep only the essentials. This can create a sense of mental space, which is perfect for new ideas to emerge naturally. Speaking of mental clarity, we cannot forget the role of silence. Practicing stillness is one of the most underrated secrets to unlocking creativity. Sometimes, the mind needs time to digest ideas and allow new connections to emerge spontaneously. You know that moment when you're in the shower and suddenly have a brilliant insight? That's no coincidence. It's the effect of a rested mind, free from distractions. Creating intentional moments of silence can be as productive as an entire afternoon of intense work. The practice of stillness doesn't have to be complicated. It can start with something as simple as turning off your phone for 10 minutes and just observing your breathing. It's during these moments of pause that the mind relaxes and the subconscious has a chance to surface. Often, the most creative ideas come precisely when you least expect them, while the mind is free from pressure. Trying this in the morning or evening can be especially useful for opening the creative flow. If you're one of those who find it hard to stay still, start gradually. Try sitting in a quiet spot and listening to the sounds around you without trying to control your thoughts. It sounds simple, but it's a powerful exercise to train the mind to slow down. Just as muscles need rest to grow, creativity also needs pauses to blossom. It's like recharging a battery. The longer you allow it to recharge, the more energy you'll have to use. Integrating stillness into your workspace is another good approach. How about having a spot reserved for quick meditation or silent reading? It could be a comfy chair, a cushion on the floor, or even a bench on the balcony. The idea is to create a space where you can switch off autopilot and let ideas flow naturally. It doesn't have to be a long silence retreat. Even 5 minutes can make a difference. When it comes to creative work, silence can be more productive than it seems. For example, before starting to write or draw, take a moment to simply do nothing. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's in this nothing that the brain starts connecting loose information, generating new ideas and creative solutions. It's like taking a step back to get a broader view of the complete picture. Silence also teaches patience, another essential virtue in creativity. Sometimes, the rush to produce something quickly can block true inspiration. Practicing stillness is, in fact, allowing the creative process to have its own time. When you get used to this slower rhythm, you realize that you don't have to force creativity. You just need to create the right space for it to manifest. And speaking of creating space, how about changing the way you view the creative process? Changing perspective is like switching the lens through which you see the world. When the focus is solely on results, the creative journey can become tiring and frustrating. But what if the pleasure was in every step of the way? Viewing the process with curiosity and gratitude can completely transform the experience. Imagine yourself not just as the author of the work, but also as the spectator, marveling at each new discovery along the way. For this change in perspective to work, it's necessary to reprogram how you interpret challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as failures, why not view them as learning opportunities? Think of a chess player who learns more from a loss than from an easy win. The same applies to creativity. Each difficulty is an invitation to grow, improve, and adjust course. When you start to appreciate challenges, everything becomes lighter. Practicing this mindset shift is easier than it seems. For instance, when faced with a problem at work, ask yourself, "What is this trying to teach me?" This simple question shifts the focus from frustration to learning, making each mistake an opportunity for progress. When you see the process as a series of lessons, rather than just a path to the final success, the creative journey becomes much more interesting and motivating. Moreover, an adjusted perspective can also bring more joy to daily work. Think of a chef who, instead of rushing to serve a dish, savors each step of the preparation. This way, the final product is a dish full of soul. Similarly, allow yourself to enjoy the process of creation, even if it's full of ups and downs. Satisfaction comes not only from the final product, but from the story you build along the way. This mindset shift doesn't have to be complex or theoretical. You can start right now by adopting small practices of gratitude for what you've already achieved. Take a moment at the end of each day to list what you learned, what you progressed on, and even the mistakes that taught you something new. Gradually, the perspective shifts from what's left to do to how much has already been done, which is much more motivating. Finally, a renewed perspective is a bridge to deeper connections with your own work. When you start to see beauty in the small steps, you realize that every detail matters. It's like looking at a piece of art up close and noticing the brushstrokes that compose it. This appreciation not only enhances the quality of the work, but also personal satisfaction. And speaking of quality and satisfaction, there is one last crucial aspect to ensure a healthier creative process: commitment to a well-defined routine. The creative environment is one of the most impactful factors for productivity and inspiration. Imagine trying to paint a picture amidst the chaos of a noisy market full of distractions. Difficult, right? In the same way, the workspace needs to be a refuge that stimulates the mind. To achieve this, personalize the space with elements that spark creativity, such as motivational posters, vibrant colors, and even symbolic objects that bring back good memories. While the internal environment is important, working outdoors is a unique experience. There's something magical about connecting with nature while you create. The gentle breeze, the sound of birds, and even the scent of trees can unlock new ideas. So, if possible, take your laptop or notebook to the garden, a park, or even an outdoor cafe. A change of scenery can work wonders for your creative flow. Another crucial point is the organization of your environment. Clutter can be a true thief of focus. A desk full of papers, coffee cups, and unused gadgets can make concentration harder. Keep your space clean and functional, with only what you really need at hand. An organized environment not only boosts productivity, but also conveys a sense of calm, which is essential for immersive and creative work. We cannot forget about lighting. A well-lit environment is fundamental for creation. If possible, make the most of natural light by positioning your desk near a window. Sunlight has the power to energize the body and mind, increasing concentration and motivation. When that's not possible, invest in white light lamps that simulate natural light and help create a more vibrant and welcoming space. Adding personal touches to your environment can also help create a sense of belonging. Photos, travel souvenirs, and even sentimental objects can make the space more inviting and familiar. After all, when you feel comfortable in your environment, creativity flows more naturally. Think of the space as a reflection of your inner world. The more aligned it is with you, the more authentic your work will be. Sound also plays an important role in the creative environment. If complete silence isn't ideal for you, try relaxing sounds like ocean waves, birdsong, or even instrumental music. These sound elements can help the mind focus and enter a state of flow more quickly, where ideas come more easily. Now that the environment is prepared, it's time to put everything into practice and start the creative routine with more purpose and discipline. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to check out the recommended videos on the screen. They offer more tips to improve your creative routine and achieve even better results. Take advantage of this knowledge and start applying it right away. Oh, and before I forget, CineBoost has been a great help in improving my focus, energy, and reducing anxiety. If you want to learn more, check the pinned comment. The best part is, you only pay for the shipping. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep following content like this.